Hello, good morning students. I hope everyone is doing well and good. In our previous class, we have learnt what is meant by histogram and how to draw histogram for equal widths and varying widths, and the difference between bar graph and histogram, right? Yes. And also we have learnt how to draw frequency polygon by using frequency. Along with that, we have learnt what is meant by mean. So in this today's class, we will continue with this. So, children, so here let us see the performance of 10th standard students in the mathematics test. So, for this, let us consider the section A students. So, children, here you can see the most of the students are scored more marks in the interval 40 to 60, right? Yes. So, in which interval most of the students have scored here? So, by analyzing this graph, we can easily tell in between the 40 to 60. So, the most of the students have scored the marks around 40 to 60. So, students, can we more specifically identify which marks has been scored by most of the students? So, it is 50. So, here we can see the most of the students have scored the marks 50. So, here 50 is the representative score. So, here we can see this large amount of data has been represented by using the only one value, that is 50. So, here 50 is the representative score. Now, let us see the performance of section B students. So, students, in which interval the most of the students have scored the marks? Yes, you are correct. That is in the interval 20 to 40. So, can you guess the number of marks that has been scored by most of the students? Yes, you are correct. That is 30 marks. So, here 30 is the marks that is scored by more number of students. So, the most of the students have scored the marks around 30 here. So, what is 30 children here? It is the representative score, right? Yes. Like this, let us see the performance of section C students. So, here, what is the representative score in the section C students? Yes. So, here we can see 70 and 90 are the intervals in which most of the students have scored the marks. So, in that interval, 80 is the marks scored by most of the students. So, here 80 is the representative score. So, children, in these three examples, we can see we have got three representative scores, that is 50, 30 and 80, as you can see here. So, what is this representative scores represents here? It represents the large amount of data by single value. So, we call it as a central tendency. So, central tendency is a way of representing large amount of data by using single value. So, for this we have three measures. So, the measure of central tendencies are, the one is the mean, and the second one is the median, and the third one is the mode. So, we can use any one of these to measure the central tendency. So, children, the scores around which most of the other scores are clustered around the distribution is called as central tendency. So, in the first case you can see around 50 maximum number of students have scored the marks. So, here the 50 is the central tendency. In the second case 30 is the central tendency, and in the third case, yes, it is 80. So, in general we can tell the observation around which most of other observations are clustered around the distribution is called central tendency. So, children, now let us see one of the most fun and interesting activity here. So, here you can see there are three beakers on the table, and in each beaker there is a different quantity of water in it. Now, let us see how much quantity does the first beaker has. So, here you can see it is 7 liter. So, what about the second beaker? Can you make a guess? Yes, it is 2 liters. So, now let us see the quantity of water in the third beaker. So here you can see it is 3 liters. So the aim of this activity is to find out the quantity of water in which each beaker can hold. That means each beaker has to hold equal amount of water. So we have to find out that. So for this I am taking the one more set of beakers like this. So here you can see there are 3 beakers and these 3 beakers are connected by the valves. So here what I do is I'll pour all the water into first beaker of these 3 beakers like this. So students, can you make a guess how much quantity of water is in this beaker? So what you have to do? You have to add the quantity of water in which 3 beakers had, isn't it? Yes. So here you can see it is 12 liters. So children, what I do here is I'll open this valves now. So can you see here? Each beaker has filled with same quantity of water here, isn't it? Yes. So let's measure the quantity of water in these 3 beakers. So here you can see it is 4 liters. So now let us see how we can achieve this by mathematically. So without performing an actual activity, we can find out the quantity of water in which these 3 beakers can hold. So for this, what I do is I'll add the quantity of water in these 3 beakers like this. So that is 7 liters plus 2 liters and plus 3 liters. So next we have to divide it by number of beakers. So here 3 beakers we have used, isn't it? So I am dividing it by 3. So what is the sum of these 3 numbers, children? Yes, you are correct. It is 12 liters. So 12 divided by 3 gives us, yes, it is 4. So here you can see mathematically we have proved that each beaker can hold 4 liters of water. Now let's verify this. Yes. So for this I am opening the valves and these 3 beakers are filled with same quantity of water now. Isn't it? Yes. So here we have found out the central tendency. So this method of finding the central tendency, we call it as mean. So actually what we have done here. So in the numerator we have added the quantity of water, isn't it? Yes. So in general we can tell the sum of all observation, that means the sum of the values of all observation divided by, yes, it is total number of observations. So here we have taken 3 beakers, so we have divided it by 3. In general we can take many number of beakers. So in general we can tell the formula for mean as the sum of values of all observation divided by total number of observations. So children, for the first observation I am taking it as x1 as it is generally. So for the second observation x2 and for the third observation x3. If you had one more observation, you can add x4. And if you had n number of observations, then you can add up to xn. Then what about the denominator? Is that 3? Yes, it is not. So it will become n. So here we have taken n number of observations, so we are dividing it by n. So in general we can write mean as x bar equals to summation xi I is equals to 1 to n divided by n. So here I is the index. So in the place of I, so here you can, so here in the place of I you have to substitute sum of the values of all the observations divided by the total number of observations. This is known as mean. Yes. So it is generally denoted by x bar and read as x bar. So children, now let us see the situation here. So here is a medical checkup going on in the school, and the height and the weight of the students have been recorded. So here the question is, the weight of 5 students are given below and find the mean weight of the students. So students, here you can see the weight of 5 students have been given. So for this data we have to find out the mean weight. The mean weight means we have to find out the average weight. So for this we have a formula, right? That is, the x bar is equals to summation xi divided by n. So what is meant by xi here? It is a sum of observations, right? Yes. So here we can see we have 5 observations. So we have to add all these observations like this. So 29 plus 30 plus 31 plus 32 and plus 33. So now what about the value of n here? So in the two ways we can find out. One, by using this data, and by using the question itself. So here we can see the number of observations are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the question itself, they have given 5 students. So we have to divide it by, yes, we have to divide it by 5. So what is the sum of the numerator here, children? Yes, the sum of these numbers is 155. So when we divide 155 by 5, we'll get 31 as the answer. So as you can see here, so 5 ones are and 5 31s are. So the mean weight of 5 students here is 31 kg. So the average weight of 5 students is 31 kg here. Yes. In the next few minutes, still more students are added to measure their weights. So as you can see here, and then the weights of these students are given here. So children, can you guess here? Yes, you can see here 29 has occurred more than one time and 31 is also occurred more than one time. So for this type of data, we have to first organize the data and then we have to find out the mean. So let us write the observations in the given data. So here you can see 29 is there. So I am mentioning the 29 in the weight section. Like this, I am mentioning all the weights here. So what is the next step? Yes, now let us write the tally marks for this. So here you can see 29 has occurred 2 times in the given data. So what will become the tally marks here? Yes, it will become 2. What about 30, children? Yes, 30 has occurred only one time. So the tally marks will become 1 here. And what about 31? Yes, 31 has occurred 4 times. So like this, we can write the tally marks for corresponding weights. So now, what does this tally marks represent? Yes, it represents a frequency, right? So now let us write the number of children. That is the frequency. So here you can see in the first row, the tally marks is 2. Then the number of students is also 2. This means students have their weight is equals to 29 kg. Like this, 1. So what about the third value? It is 4, right? And like this, we can write the number of students. Now let us consider these first and the third column. So what does the first column represent, children? Yes, it represents an observation, right? So in general we can tell xi. Yes. What about the second column? Number of students. What does it mean? Yes, it is a frequency. So here we are denoting the frequency by fi. So what we have to do next? So here we have to find out the mean for this data. So for this, now let us find the number of frequency, that means the sum of frequency. So when we add all the frequency, we get 15. That means summation Fi is equals to 15 here. Then the next step, we have to find out the product of Xi and Fi. Now let's do that. What is the product of 29 and 2 children? Yes, you are correct. It is a 58. What about 30 into 1? It is obviously 30. Then 31 into 4? Yes, 31 into 4 is equals to 124. And 32 into 3 is equals to 96, and 33 into 5 is equals to 165. So next we have to find out the summation of Fi and Xi. That means we have to add all these values. So sum of these values is equals to 473. So here we have found out summation Fi and summation Fi Xi. So for this type of data, that means when the data are given in a tabular form, so we have to use the formula, that is Xi is equals to summation Fi Xi divided by summation Fi. So in the data we have found out the summation Fi Xi, that is 473. And what about sigma Fi? It is 15, right? Yes. When we divide these two numbers, we get 31.53. 31.53 is the answer here. That means 31.53 is the mean weight of a student. So students, here is a question for you. I'll read out the question. What is meant by the following numbers? What is the mean of the following numbers? That is 5, 7, 9, 12 and 17. The options provided here are option A 10, option B 8, option C 11.6, option D 6. So the time starts now. So what you have to do here, children? Yes, you have to find out the mean of these numbers. Yes. I hope everyone will answer this. First you have to take the summation of these numbers and then you have to divide it by number of these. Yes, here, and the answer is option A. So what is meant by mean, children? So we have to add all the numbers and then we have to divide it by number of these numbers, right? So the 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 12 plus 17 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here the numbers given in 5. So the sum of these numbers is 50. 50 by 5 is 10. So here option A is the correct answer. Next. So after measuring the weight, they started measuring the height of the students. So here the height of the students are measured and some of the students are randomly picked like this. So here we have to find out the height of the girl having medium height. So here what we have to do, children? We have to find out the height of a girl having medium height. How to find out this? Is it possible to find out? So as you can see here, students are not arranged according to their heights. So first we have to arrange the students of their height in ascending order or descending order. So for this case, now let us arrange the students in the ascending order. So here you can see the students are arranged according to the ascending order. So what is the height of the shortest girl here? Yes, by looking at this we can tell this, that is 135 centimeter is the shortest girl's height. Then what about the height of the tallest girl? So here we can say it is 144 centimeter. Then how we can find the height of the girl having medium height? That means what we have to do here? We have to find out the height of the girl who is standing in the middle. That means we have to find out the height of the middlemost student here. So here you can see there are 9 students, isn't it? So out of 9 we can find out the middle number. So here we can see there are 9 students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So grouping the first 4 into one group and grouping the last 4 into the other group, we can find out the middle student here. So the height of the middle student is 139 centimeter. That means the medium height is 139 centimeter. So here we have found out the central tendency in heights. So this method of finding the central tendency is called median. Yes. So one more thing you have to remember, children. So here you can see the number of students is 9. That is n equals to 9 means it is a odd number, right? Yes. When we have odd number of observation, we have a particular formula to find out the median value. So now let's see what is that. That is the m is equals to n plus 1 divided by tooth term or observation. So children, here you can see n is 9, right? So 9 plus 1 divided by 2, that is equals to 9 plus 1 divided by tooth term, that is 10 by 2, that is fifth term. So which is the fifth position here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the fifth position, right? This is how we can find out the median for odd number of observations. So this is the formula to find out that. Then median is the middle value of the given data which are arranged in an order. So the median is nothing but the middle value of the given data in which they must be arranged in one particular order. So here we are following ascending order. So next, children, one more student added to this line. Here we have to find out the median height of the student. That means the median height of the middlemost student. So here you can see the number of students is 10. Correct? So which is even. So here we will get 2 students as a middlemost students. Then how to find the median for this type of case? Yes. So here what we have to do? We have to take the mean heights of these students. So that means the median is equals to mean of these two heights, that is 139 plus 140 divided by 2. This gives 279 divided by 2. Can you tell me the answer for the students? Yes, it is 139.5. So the median height among these students is 139.5. So in general, median, if the number of observation is n, that means it is odd, then we have a formula median is equals to the value of n plus 1 divided by 2th observation. That means we have to find out the value of n plus 1 by 2th observation. So what about even number? Yes, if the number of observation is even, then we have a formula, this median is equals to mean of n by 2th and n by 2 plus 1th term. You have to remember this. For odd number we have n plus 1 by 2th term. So here n by 2 plus 1th term. So these are the formulas you have to remember to find out the mean. Okay? Yes. So here is a question for you. I'll read out the question. Find the median of the given set of numbers 2, 6, 6, 8, 4, 2, 7 and 9. So for this data you have to find out the median. Then the options given are option A 6, option B 8, option C 4, option D 5. and the time starts now. So first remember children, before finding the median we have to arrange the data, isn't it? Yes. First arrange the data and then find out the median. I hope everyone got the correct answer. Yes, option A is the correct answer here. So now let's arrange these numbers in an ascending order. So here you can see 2 has occurred 2 times. And what is the greatest number than 2 in the given set of data? It is 4. And then 6. 6 has occurred 2 times. And then 7, 8 and 9. So here you can see the number of observation is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here the number of observation is 8. So what we have to do? Here the number of observation is even. So we have to take the mean of the two middle numbers, isn't it? Yes. So median m is equals to, these are the two middle numbers that we got. So we have to take the mean for this. 6 plus 6 divided by 2, that is 12 by 2 is nothing but 6. So here 6 is the correct answer. So children, here you can see the kids are watching cartoon channel, isn't it? Yes. So here Sangeeta's daughter likes to see the cartoon channel. So when we conduct a survey, we are come to know about this. That is, most of the children like to watch cartoon channel. So here you have to observe one thing. Most of the children. So most is the important word here. The most of the children like cartoon channel. Like this. Let us consider one more situation. This is a fair, right? So can you observe one thing children? Most of the people are wearing blue color, isn't it? Yes. So here you can say that in the fair most of the people are wearing blue color. So here also the word most is very important. So here we can see the most of the students and the most of the people are wearing blue color. So this type of representing the data is called as mode. What is meant by mode actually? Mode is nothing but most popular. That means majority. So the mode is the value that occurs most frequently or most often in a given distribution. So here also this is one method to find out the central tendency. This means we have to find out the most frequently occurring observation. So most frequently occurring observation is known as mode here. So for this, let us consider an example. So here you can see the class attendance of 10 students in 9th standard is given in the table. So here in the table you can see two columns. In the first column names of the students are mentioned, and in the second column the number of attendance out of 30 days are given. So children, can you see this 27 has occurred more than one time? So here you can see 27, 27, 27, 27. So here we can see 27 has occurred more than one time, and we can tell 27 has occurred maximum number of times in this given data. So here hence the most of the students attendance was 27 days. Therefore mode of this data is 27. So what is meant by mode here? Yes, here we can see the 27 has occurred maximum number of times, in which the observation which has more or maximum number of frequency will be the mode here. So 27 is the mode in this situation. So in this today's class, what we have learned children? Yes, we have learnt about central tendency and measure of central tendency, that is by using three methods. One is by mean, median and mode. What about mean, children? What is meant by mean? Yes, it is the sum of values of all the observations divided by number of observations. And the formula given for the mean is x bar is equals to summation fxi divided by n. This is for discrete data type. What about the tabulated data types? Yes, that is the x bar is equals to summation fi xi divided by summation fi. This is the formulas for mean. What about median? What is meant by median? It is the middlemost value in the given set of data, isn't it? Yes. Before finding the median, what we have to do? We have to arrange the data in ascending or descending order. Then we have to find out the median. So, the last, that is the mode. So, how to find out the mode here? So, the mode is nothing but the number which are maximum number of times occurred will be the mode, isn't it? So, in this situation 27 is the mode. So, these three are the measures to find out the central tendency. So, yes, here I would like to have your feedback, children. How do you feel? Option A, happy. Option B, quite good. Option C, satisfactory. And option D, confused. In our next class, we will continue with the central tendencies, problem solving on central tendency, that is the mean, median and mode.